Hello, everybody. A new PvE event in Overwatch just started called Uprising, and it's really incredible. And I absolutely love it. I wish it was just naturally in the base game because I would play it more than I would the PvP modes. More on that in a minute. I'm going to let you guys watch the full little intro video when you queue into the game, and then we'll talk about it as we watch the entire match in the background.
20 years after we won the war against the Omnics, we were no closer to living together in peace. The building of a new home for the Omnics in London was supposed to be the first step in improving human-robot relations. But it never had a chance. The Omnic extremist group, Null Sector, launched a surprise attack on King's Row. Hundreds were killed, and thousands more were displaced as they took control. Now, they are hunting down the last of the survivors. It could be the beginning of a new war between humans and Omnics. Unless we can stop them. Commander Morrison has sent our strike team to liberate the city. It's my first mission, and the only way to save my home. I hope we're not too late.
You can see just right off the bat, the production value of this event is the highest it's ever been. And they've done some really cool PvE events in the past, such as the Halloween one. That was a good example of one where it was basically you defended a door from waves of enemies. It was pretty simple, but it had custom voice acting and custom skins that they've added and all of that stuff. It was a really cool event. It was really fun, but it wasn't nearly as far as this one is taking it, which just shows that Blizzard loves experimenting and showing off what they can do with this game and pushing the boundaries of what they can do with this game. So this mode in particular, you're in King's Row. It is a custom version of King's Row where the Omnics are attacking. There's some really good map art, and in fact there's a lot of bells and whistles going on with smokes and fires and just like all these particle effects because they can get away with it since it's not a PvP mode. You don't necessarily need the most optimal performance on a mode where you're only doing PvE. If you can achieve 60 frames per second, then they're probably fine with that. I was personally running way higher than that in most cases in here, but definitely lower performance than what you would get out of the normal King's Row. So what you do is you start at the beginning. You could choose pretty much from the characters you see. You got Reinhardt, Tracer, Mercy, and Torbjorn. And you have these points that you have to defend. There are 3 points to defend. You go to them, you sit on them. It's just like capturing a command point or a capture point in one of the capture point maps, except while you're doing it, you have a wave-based defense mode going on, where these Omnics, they're coming to you. You have to kill them. It's pretty simple. They come from different directions. It starts off on a pretty easy one to defend. There's only 2 directions where it's coming in. By the way, there's different difficulties for this. I'm doing it on the normal mode because I just wanted to see it because I've never seen it before, but there are harder difficulties. So if you're into things like wave-based defenses or horde modes, I'm thinking things like the Mass Effect Andromeda and Mass Effect 3 multiplayers, or even to some degrees the Gears of War multiplayer, like those multiplayer modes, especially in Mass Effect, were really good for what they were, and I put a lot of time into the Mass Effect multiplayer. I really enjoy the playstyle of that, and to have something similar to that in Overwatch is really cool to me. In particular, because I don't play a lot of Overwatch anymore, and this would get me back into it. I'll talk about that in a moment. But you have the 3 points, you defend them. The first one you saw there. The second one is over in the square. You defend this one, you get it all charged up, powered up, whatever it is. Then you do the last one, which is kind of in the starting point for the attackers at King's Row. Finally, you go back out into the courtyard where the payload is. You do another wave-based defense thing there. That one's much longer. It's about 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. You defend all the way through that until the payload is secure and good to go. Then you deliver the payload just like you would normally on King's Row. It gets to the end, you blow open a door, you go in through the last bit, like the last point on King's Row, and then you kill a ton of Omnics, and then you're done. It is really cool. It is really freaking cool. And one, because it utilizes the game mechanics that are already in the game. You got these capture points, you're capturing them, and then it adds things that they've attempted before, which is the wave-based defense. Except it adds it in a really cool, unique way. And then on top of that, in a very Blizzard fashion, they've just added tons of polish. There's custom voice acting, there's custom skins, there's custom art assets and everything. On top of that, in this event, you can get these Uprising loot boxes, which give you the custom skins, not just for the characters you see here. There's legendary skins for multiple characters. Like there's a Widowmaker skin where she is not purple. She's not got that weird corruption thing. I don't remember exactly what happened to her because I don't really follow the lore of Overwatch, even though it is very good. But it's just one of those things that's like, oh, you guys have also added a ton of other skins for this, a ton of other sprays, and it's just so good. I don't, like, where did they find the time to do this kind of thing? I guess they're not necessarily working on much else other than, like, these little events and more skins and whatnot to throw into the game. But it is just, it is mind-boggling how good this mode is. And let me reiterate the point that I have not been playing Overwatch. The last time I played Overwatch was back in the May Snow Brawl, so back in December, and that was the last time I played. I haven't really done any PvP stuff. I've never tried the new robot character, or Risa, or whatever her name is. I just haven't done it because I've had other games to play, and they've been keeping me busy, and two, it's just, there's something about the Overwatch PvP mode that has made me not want to play it. It's almost got the same problem that a lot of MOBAs have, where you have one person, especially if you're playing competitive, you have one person on your team who gives up, and then it's just, well, like, okay, well, that kind of kills the morale of everybody else on your team, and it makes it not fun to play. It's not fun. And the time that I find Overwatch the most fun is when I'm playing with a ton of friends, when I'm playing with 4, 5, 6 of my friends, and maybe even more than that. Maybe I'm playing with all of my friends against my other friends. That's, to me, that is the best that Overwatch can potentially ever be, because that's what I enjoy out of the game. But I don't enjoy kind of the salty people that you find on the competitive ladder, or even not even the competitive ladder, just in the normal mode as well, which is unfortunate. But what this does is this gives me a mode to play where I can continue to enjoy playing Overwatch, but I also get to enjoy playing Overwatch in a different way than I haven't been able to before, in a way that I really enjoy, because it's, you know, it's PvE, so you're trying to get through. Yeah, that can be frustrating when you have a bad person on your team. You're not able to do the higher difficulty ones, but then again, it's only 4 people. You can play with your friends, right? And then on top of that, you have the fact that it is this cool wave-based thing that I enjoy so much out of games like Mass Effect, and it's just a lot of fun. And it's interesting because it has to do with the lore of the game. It's got, you know, the story. It's kind of the backstory of what happened in King's Row. But at the same time, it's, you know, it's unique. It's the first time we've ever seen something like this out of Overwatch, to this degree, I should say. And I would be completely okay with them leaving this in the arcade to do, because I would farm the heck out of this. I'd get all those boxes, even if they just left the mode in there, but you weren't able to get the boxes until, like, you know, that mode, like Easter of every year, that kind of thing. I would be okay with that. I think that would be completely fine. But as it stands right now, I only want to play this in Overwatch because this is so much more enjoyable to me. And that's on top of the fact, I should say it's amplified by the fact that, you know, Quake Champions is going live, and that looks incredible because that's like literally my childhood right there, that and Unreal Tournament. So the fact that, you know, I have really good arena-based shooters, PvP-based shooters to play that are coming out, including being able to just jump onto the Unreal Tournament beta. It's just like one of those, it makes Overwatch, though it is really fun, and I do really enjoy Overwatch, it makes it not fun to play for me because I have these other games that fulfill the PvP aspect of this game more so than Overwatch does to me. And I know I might be in a minority there, but I kind of prefer playing the PvE modes and would prefer more of this in the future. So Blizzard, I know you're listening, please, for the love, add more of this, and to this quality. Like, this is so good. I kind of want an entire PvE expansion at this rate. Like, you just keep putting stuff like this in where it's got a story mode and you're going through it and it's like, you know, level after level. I would love that. Maybe even make it so that you can queue up randomly on the levels and just kind of go through and earn rewards. Yeah, that would be my dream for this game. And it would actually make me play the PvP modes more, because I would be interested in Overwatch again. It's still a good game, you know. It's not that it's a bad game, so that's why I'm uninterested. It's still a good game. It would make me more interested in it, which would then make me watch the esports side of it, which would then, of course, make me play the PvP. Just a few thoughts. Go in, play it if you have Overwatch, because it is phenomenal. It's worth going through because it is such a unique experience that is not going to be around for long. Try to get as many of these skins as possible because they are really, really good. With that being said, I hope you guys have fun as much as I have been having with it, and we shall see you guys next time.